Welcome everyone. It's a lovely afternoon with me and the sun's streaming in the window, so it's a perfect setting for talking about what you can grow on your windowsill at this time of the year. It's so changeable. I mean, today we've already had some rain and what was almost like hail, so it's gone from one extreme to the other, but we're all well used to that, I'm sure. So I'd like to sort of just have a kind of overview of what you could possibly be growing at this time of the year. It's lovely to anticipate some nice green shoots, and there's plenty that you can grow on the windowsill. In fact, there's a huge variety of things. And many of these you can grow throughout the year on your windowsill, and many things you can start off growing them on your windowsill in the colder months and then grow them outside when it comes to May, when the frosts have passed, and you can actually grow them outside too. But you can grow them indoors in the summer as well. It just depends how much room you have and what you want to be doing. So these are simple, easy tabletop activities. They're very good for practicing hand and eye coordination, small muscle control, and they're very good for encouraging socializing and chatting, or they can be very, very immersive. And because they're quite sensory tasks, because they're involving you in actually doing. And all that is very good for supporting well-being. So it's an excellent thing to be up to, especially at this time of year when bringing nature indoors is a lovely thing to do and very engaging for everybody. So first of all, I'm going to talk around some of the things that you might want to gather together to help you do this. It's not expensive and you don't have to go out and buy things particularly, but I'll just tell you about a few things that I have here that might be useful to you. So I'm using a potting tray, this green tray today, and this is quite a small one. It's quite useful if you have a tray, if you have some kind of tray with sides, it helps to keep compost and what you're working on here, and it stops anything sort of spilling over the sides. So it's quite a useful thing. They're around about £10 to buy if you're thinking of investing in one, but I'd say they were quite a good investment and you can use them for lots of different activities, not just gardening. So have a wee think about that. It's also sometimes quite useful to have a PVC tablecloth down over your table because that's very easy to clean. You can wipe that down and it saves your tabletop as well. You can also buy some seed trays like this if you want. This is a small this is what's known as a half-size seed tray. And a seed tray has holes in the bottom. I think you could probably see the light coming through there. Seed tray has holes in the bottom, which is great because it lets the compost drain, and so your seedlings don't get too soggy. But of course, where does that water go? It's very good to have a drip tray, and these things are usually sold in pairs, so the drip tray doesn't have any holes in, and so that will catch the water coming through. So this is quite a neat little set. This one's made by Stuart, but you can find them online and in garden centres, and supermarkets increasingly are stocking lots of things like this. So have a look if you want to buy one. This one fits quite neatly on my windowsills, so it's quite a useful size. That's a half a seed tray. But if you don't want to do that and you want to recycle, please keep lots of food trays and fruit, especially fruit trays, because they're excellent. You can get them in different depths, and they come already with the holes in the bottom, so they're really useful for making into seed trays. And then sometimes you come across one of them that doesn't have any holes in, so that's excellent. You can use that as your drip tray and you can fit one inside the other like that. So that's quite a useful thing to be keeping a hold of. I've also got here another couple of ideas for pots and trays. If perhaps later on you want to be growing some seedlings in individual containers, you can keep your kitchen rolls, cut them down, pop them in a plastic container. You could fill that up with compost and seedlings. Or you can buy these paper pots, ready-made paper pots. They're made of paper papier-mâché. They're quite good as well, so you don't have to have plastic. And last but not least, you can make your own pots from newspaper. Now you can buy these pot makers, which helps to speed up the process and make it a bit easier for you. So I can demonstrate with one of these how to make one. It's very simple. So what you need is a strip of paper. I'll just get rid of my seedlings which are sitting in the way. My seed packets rather. So you want a strip of newspaper. You want to fold it so that you leave a third of it above the fold, and then you want to roll it round your form. So let me get this the right way round. Yeah, so you want the two thicknesses of paper around the form of your pot maker. And this is a great activity for people. You can sit around a table and make these little paper pots if you fancy doing that. One afternoon, it was a wet, miserable day. So you do that, and then you start to fold down the single layer that you have there. And then this part of it is for pressing down and pushing the paper, scrunching it together and holding it together in the bottom. It comes with this extra bit here. You can really push it down and give it a good crease in the paper. There you go. I'll show that to the camera there. It's all folded underneath neatly. And all you need to do is shake out the form. The thing is, this does it so well that you sometimes can't get the form out, which isn't so handy. Just there you go. So it makes a paper pot, and they can be quite useful depending on what it is you want to be growing. If you want to grow things in individual little cells, you could set up your paper pots to make the size that fits. Perhaps you could get 4 or 6 in a plastic tray like this, and that would be quite a good way to plant some of your seedlings and seeds. So you don't have to go to the trouble of buying one of these. We just happen to have one of these paper pot makers, because you could actually just wind your paper around the bottom of something like this water bottle, for example, fold in the bottom and press down hard, just to, like we did before, to fold the paper in and make it nice and strong at the bottom. So you can form it around anything that you think is a good size for your paper pot. So that is some of the things you might be needing. I've been using this. This is a juice bottle, and on it I've got a little bottle top waterer, and I'll show you this later when I water the plants, but this is quite a useful little thing to have, and you can buy these online quite cheaply. They're quite useful. Okay, so that's lots of things that might be useful.